Hello, I'm Leila and welcome to my channel. I pray that you are blessed. Thank you for stopping by this channel. Today I am going to share one of the recent dreams that I have had, and I was going to make it 2 videos, but I think it's more appropriate just to give enough space and time for each prophecy. So the Lord started giving me prophetic dreams of this nature, that is dreams of wars, dreams of global events, of influential people in the year 2022. The month of August, I always distinctly remember because it was a few weeks before the passing on of Queen Elizabeth. And then today I am really just going to share a dream I had in September, the month of September, and I've had dreams of the same topic twice. So the dream that I'm going to share is pertaining to war. So I've already shared videos I've already shared a video of dreams that I had about war, where I saw the first dream was really about, it was a battlefield, and there were two groups fighting, and then the majority, obviously defeated the minority, and the majority in this case, in the dream, it was white people, and then the minority were the black people. And I strongly felt, I've said this, I've strongly felt that it was in England. And then the second dream, over the months, I kept asking myself, so Lord, really, is there going to be a war? Lord, is there going to be a war? And I mentioned how in the dream, it was a brief dream. Me and this person who I don't know, this individual that I don't know, couldn't recognize in the dream, we just ran into a home. The home wasn't locked. We didn't forcefully enter the home. We just ran in, and we just started opening the doors just to see who's there, what's going on. We're just opening the doors, and then all of a sudden I stood midway and I say to myself, so it is true indeed, there is going to be a war. And then today I am here because of a dream that the Lord gave me in September, just 2 months ago. And this dream, it's really quite like none. It's like it was a very different dream, because in the dream there was no one. I couldn't see anyone. It was black. In the dream, it was black. There was no person, there was no movement, it was just black. So I didn't see anything. I didn't see anyone. It was black, like when you turn off the TV and it's black, nothing. That is how it was. Everything was black, as if someone switched off the TV and it was black. And then I hear voices almost making a declaration, and what sounded as if they're speaking through megaphones. What came to me was the image of a megaphone, like shouting out, some news, like saying out some news in the megaphone. And then I had one voice here, and then I heard another voice here, and then I had another voice there, almost as if it's megaphones here, megaphone there. And they were making a declaration, and the declaration was of war. And I remember when I had the dream, as soon as I woke up, what I was reminded of was when we were young, would hear or see in the movies. There's American movies where there's the newspaper boy, newspaper man who will be, running around the streets and throwing newspapers on people's yards, saying extra, extra, read all about it. Like that extra portion of news that would have come in, that is very significant and very huge, that has to be included in the newspaper, the original newspaper, and put in as an extra to say it can't be left out. I know you've already had the news. I know you already know what is going on, but there's something really significant that can't wait for tomorrow. That is so big, that we need to put it in the newspaper. That extra, read all about it. So that is what I felt in my heart. So there was here one voice, which really to me sounded as if it was declaring, almost like on a megaphone, one voice here, one voice there, like different voices in different places, but it was blank and it was dark. And the voices were saying, there's going to be a war in 2025 from here. And then the other, almost like there's a megaphone. I didn't see the megaphone, but it sounded as if this is news that's been declared on a megaphone. And one voice out here, it coming from that direction, there's going to be a war in 2025. There's going to be a war in 2025, this side. There's going to be a war in 2025. 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 That is what I heard. It was blank. I'm not going to describe anything. It was blank. It was black. But there were voices saying, there's going to be a war in 2025. There's going to be a war in 2025. That is what I had. I did not see any flag to signal which country there's going to be war in, but it felt like the magnitude, what I got from the feeling I got from the dream is a global war. A global war. Like there is going to be a war, a global war, a big war in 2025. And then what I also did that, so I heard the voices, there's going to be a war in 2025, and they were bold and strong and fun. And then I heard my voice almost like in a timid way saying, there's going to be a war in 2024. It's like I then said something that there's going to be a war in 2024. When everyone else is saying 2025, I say 2024. But all the voices were saying from this direction, that direction, that direction, there's going to be a war in 2025, declaring. So that is the dream. And then I woke up. I did not see anyone. The voices were coming from different directions, declaring there's going to be a war in 2025. And with a small, timid voice, I said, there's going to be a war in 2024. So, God has now already given me 3 dreams, 3 prophetic dreams of war. There were other dreams before the first dream of war that I got, the battleground war, before that battleground war, where I said I felt like there was I was in a place that it was depicted in that medieval way, the buildings, and they, I almost felt as if, it resembled the Robin Hood settings, those fiction characters, how it was put in movies. And though in that place there was so much instability, and there was a lot of pickpocketing. Yeah. And then the other one, I said there was almost like a protest in the streets, but it was in modern time. And then those were the dreams that then led to, those were the dreams I had before having the dream about, people fighting in a battlefield, where I actually saw like the majority, the minority, the black, the white people fighting, and then who won that war, and how was it significant to the people who won? What did it mean to them, to the people who won the war? What did it mean to them? What did it mean to them? And then I had the dream where, because after that I kept asking God, is there going to be a war? Lord, is there going to be a war? I had that dream where we just burst in someone's house, where we just entered someone's house actually, because there was no form of violence, where we were trying so hard to open the door and then it bashed. But no, we entered and we were just going through the rooms and looking through. And then I stopped midway and said, so it is true indeed, there is going to be a war. And then now in September 2024, I had the dream where it is all black and blank. And I'm hearing voices declaring, almost like a megaphone, saying, there's going to be a war in 2025. Yeah. So that is what I have seen in my dreams. That is what has been shown. Very brief, straight to the point, really straight to the point. That is what was said. That is what the voice declared. That is what the declaration made, that there's going to be a war in 2025. So I'm just going to go back again. The scripture that I always reference actually with regards to my dreams is Matthew 24 verse 6. And it says, "And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you'll be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will be offended, will betray one another, and will hate one another. Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come." So I'm sure you've heard from the watchmen. I'm sure you've heard from other prophets. God has not only revealed these things to me, He's revealed to a number of people, a lot of people. And some speaking specifically to where God reveals that nations that there's going to be a war. Some is just in general, but you have a feeling like, for instance, myself with this recent war dream I had, there wasn't any flag, it was blank. I only could hear there's going to be a war in 2024. It was spoken in English. So not knowing with geographical location, but I strongly felt like it is a global war. It's going to be very, very big war. And then God has revealed these things to different people, to a lot of people. It is not